You know, they say dogs and small children are a lot alike. They both approach life with a tail-wagging enthusiasm that's hard to resist. And they both have a tendency to trust everyone they meet, unless you're the mailman, of course. Sorry, mailmen and mailwomen. Before we move on, I ask that you raise your paws in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Just kidding. Please just like, comment and subscribe to keep up to date on all things doggo. Your dog would, but their paws would just mash the keys, so help them out. Anyway, let's get this show on the road. It's fascinating, isn't it, how these two different species, dogs and children, share this trait of trust. A child will happily share their ice cream with a complete stranger, and a dog will wag its tail in joy at almost anyone who comes through the door. But as children grow up, they learn to be more discerning with their trust, based on past experiences. And as it turns out, dogs aren't that different in this regard. Akiko Takaoka of Kyoto University, Japan, led a series of studies exploring this very aspect of canine behavior. The research, published in the journal Animal Cognition, delved into the complexities of trust in dogs. The initial experiment involved 24 dogs and a simple game of hiding food and using human pointing gestures to locate it. At first, the dogs were more than happy to trust the human pointers. They eagerly followed the gestures to the hidden food. But when the same experimenters started to deliberately mislead them, the dogs' trust waned. It's like playing fetch and pretending to throw the ball. If you've done it, you know the look of betrayal on your dog's face when they realize the ball is still in your hand. This study showed that dogs, like humans, form trust based on past experiences. They remember who tricked them and become cautious around them. They don't just blindly trust any pointing human anymore. They've learned the hard way that not every pointed finger leads to a tasty treat. So, if you've ever fooled your dog into thinking you threw the ball only to hide it behind your back, you might have just lost their trust. And let me tell you, winning a dog's trust back is harder than convincing a child that broccoli is just green candy. Now, you might be thinking, oh no, I've tricked my dog too many times. They must think I'm the biggest liar in the world. But don't start drafting your doggy apology letter just yet. The plot thickens in the canine world of trust. A follow-up study, this time with 26 fresh tail-wagging participants, delved deeper into the labyrinth of doggy trust dynamics. And what it found is something that will make you rethink your next game of fake fetch with Fido. When our four-legged friends were presented with humans who had previously proven themselves to be, let's say, less than reliable, the dogs showed a remarkable ability to remember this. They were like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, well, I'm a dog, not a goldfish. They didn't generalize this mistrust to all humans, though. Oh no, they held a grudge only against the specific human who tricked them. But what happens when a new human enters the scene, one who hasn't yet proven their trustworthiness? Well, our furry friends are surprisingly open-minded. They're willing to give this new person the benefit of the doubt, trusting their gestures and cues. It's almost as if they're saying, all right, new human, you haven't tricked me yet. I'll trust you, for now. This sophisticated discernment of trustworthiness is no small feat. It's like they've got their own internal trustometer that rates each person individually. And it's not just about being tricked once, it's about learning from past experiences to make informed decisions about future interactions. So, next time you're tempted to trick your dog for a laugh, remember they're more perceptive than you might think. They're keeping an eye on you and they're not afraid to hold a grudge. But they're also not going to tar all humans with the same brush. They're willing to give others a chance, even if you've proven yourself to be a bit of a trickster. So, it turns out dogs are not just good boys and girls, they're also pretty smart cookies. They can tell if you're a fibber, but they're also willing to give new people a chance. A lesson we can all learn from, don't you think? All right, we've established that dogs are pretty savvy when it comes to trust. But how do they stack up against their human counterparts? Let's find out. So we turn our attention to a study led by the brilliant Kimberly Vanderbilt and her team at the University of California, San Diego. They decided to pit preschool-age children against our furry friends in a trust showdown. The results? Well, let's just say it was a bit like watching a game of chess, where one player is still trying to figure out how the horsey piece moves. Here's the scoop. Despite being exposed to untrustworthy individuals, these little kiddos showed less discernment in trust compared to dogs. That's right, Fido outsmarted the future leaders of our world. Just imagine, a creature that chases its own tail outperforming a human in trust discernment. It's like discovering your goldfish is better at Sudoku than you are. This is not to say that our young ones are gullible. They're just still learning the ropes of social interaction. It's kind of like how they trust that vegetables taste good because we tell them so. Bless their innocent hearts. On the other hand, dogs, often likened to 2 to 3-year-old children in cognitive abilities, demonstrated a nuanced understanding of trust. It seems while we're busy teaching our kids not to take candy from strangers, our dogs are sitting back, wagging their tails and thinking, well, that's obvious. What does this mean for us? Well, it highlights the unique dynamics of human-dog relationships. It's a testament to the remarkable social intelligence of dogs and their profound impact on our lives. It also suggests we could probably learn a thing or two from our four-legged friends. So the next time your kid trusts a stranger offering them broccoli candy, remember, your dog probably wouldn't fall for that. Now, we've learned a lot about our furry friends today, but there's always more to discover. These delightful discoveries about doggy discernment are not just fetching facts for fun. They open up new parks of potential research. Imagine, if you will, a world where we can predict how Fido will react based on his trusty trustometer. It could revolutionize obedience training, therapy work, even those service roles our canine companions courageously carry out. And let's not forget the implications for our day-to-day doggy dealings. A better understanding of our buddies' brains could help us strengthen our bond, improving their welfare and ours. It's a win-win, or should I say, a woof-woof. So remember, folks, keep your promises to your dogs, like, comment and subscribe. They're smarter than you think. And who knows, maybe one day we'll find out they've been playing us all along. Spread the word and share this with family and friends. Now, wouldn't that be a tail-wagging twist of events?